Oh, say the bow, will ya? Oh, say the bow, will ya? Oh, say the bow, will ya?
Oh, my God, the sound. What is it? Did we hit something?
Oltl Adam Hale Margorda, Gary Payne.
Yeah, we sure hit something. Oh, really? I know.
Oh, God. Oh, God. A vast amount of adrenaline. My God. Hold my heart. Haven't you ever seen Psycho? Oh, no, never. Never sneak up on a man in his shower.
Honey, you didn't rinse off.
Oh, no, all right, then. Here.
Well, I couldn't help it.
Why?
It was the siren call of, what was that, Gaelic?
No, it was Irish.
Irish?
It would have achieved the same effect if you had just said, "Oh, Mel."
Oh,
And then...
Mel, yeah.
I would have turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have turned around. And I would have said, "Good morning."
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you were right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely right. I really, really am enjoying life on a houseboat.
Oh, good. Because your captain salutes you.
Wow. Alfie. Do you know what this is? It's a cookie. Spring, 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 spring. Cookie. Cookie. That's what we call it in Puerto Rico, because that's what it sounds like. Cookie, cookie. Cookie, cookie. It likes, you see? Oh, you know, this is a special frog. Thank you. Oh, it's a special frog because it can bring you good luck. And it knows you're special too. Knows that you're a very beautiful little girl. You make people happy just to be near you. Do you know that? You know that? If I had a little girl of my own, I'd want her to be just like you, Star. And I'd sing to her the way my mommy sang to me. Arroro mi niño, arroro mi sol, arroro pedazo de mi corazón. Este niño lindo se quiere dormir.
Soda bread. I thought I smelled something. Did you make that yourself with your own little hands?
Mm-hmm. You better try it before you get excited.
A little on the heavy side.
It's raw.
Only in the middle. It seems real nice on the edges.
I don't know what happened. I got this great Irish cookbook. I read all the instructions. I followed it to the letter.
Mm-hmm. What kind of flour did you use? Because American wheat is very different from Irish wheat. You know, this deals with the moisture in a different
You're
way.
making that up.
But see, a good chef should always have the option of, if the ingredients aren't working, to blame it on them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop smacking. Leave a man alone and read my paper and drink my tea.
What is it?
Oh, nothing.
What does
It's
it
more
say?
of Manning's filth. Something about... Here, persistent rumors that Irish authorities may soon reopen the investigation into the Whiting murder in light of new evidence. Go on, Hart.
Where are these rumors coming from?
From Manning's imagination. How much more do I have to take?
I can make some more tea.
The tea is fine, Margaret. Sorry. You sink to Todd's level, right? Abyss beneath abyss.
You can't tell me you're surprised at the depth of his cruelty. Look at how he's treating Blair. The woman's in a coma, could possibly die, and he decides this is a good time to get a divorce. Can you imagine? That's someone he cares about. How's he going to feel about you, someone he hates?
What am I supposed to do here? If I fight back, he wins. I guess I have to turn the other cheek, right? I don't have that kind of self-control, Margaret. Our Savior has one up on me, being the Son of God and everything. I'm just a man, very proud, with a slightly bad temper.
And a fiancé who loves you very much.
As I do her very much.
Well, maybe that's how we fight back. Just be happy.
You really believe that? Well, if ignorance is bliss, then
No,
perhaps.
my eyes are wide open. You told me about your family and the problems you had and what came out of that.
And here I am, face to face with the man I used to be, and the results of his actions. And that is why I can't run anymore. I have to go back.
Back where?
Back to Ireland, to my family. I don't know if they'll ever forgive me for Grania, but if I ask them to, maybe I can start to forgive myself.
How could they not forgive you? You were such a fine, decent man.
Yeah? Well, I can almost believe that coming from you. You are by far the most wonderful woman I've ever met. Where'd you come from? I wish I would have known your parents. They must have been incredible people.
They were. Oh, and they would have loved you.
Yeah.
You don't think I'll miss them even more once we have children? But your parents are still alive, and that's something that you can share with me and the children that we have.
I have an image of my mother sitting by the fire with little Margaret and rocking her to sleep. Or little Patty, either one.
Once the babies are tucked away, perhaps your mother can teach me how to cook a soda bread. Bake it all the way through.
Oh, well, she makes the best brown you've ever tasted. But I don't think it's a skill that can be taught, you see. I think it's magic more than science. Not to say that there isn't magic in your hands, there is. And even though these hands make loaves that can be used as doorstoppers, there's something even more astonishing coming from these hands. For they bring me peace. When I touch your hand, I know I have to let go of all the hate that's inside of me because it'll tear me apart. I can almost pity Todd. He had Blair to quiet his demons, and now she's far away.
Blair? Honey, it's Kelly. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but the nurse outside at the desk said, nothing's changed. But your doctor told me, sometimes it helped when a person's in a coma to talk to them, you know, as if they could hear, because maybe they can. And in hearing the voice of someone you love very much, that would most likely rule me out. Honey, I know that you hate me right now. And I don't blame you. If I came in here and said I was sorry over and over again, that's not going to change anything. It's not going to bring your little baby Brendan back. And you won't be able to hold your baby in your arms. Blair, I have been stupid and selfish. I've always been that way all my life. I was in no condition to get in that car. But that's what I do. That's my only talent. I make people miserable. In fact, the more I care about them, the better I am at my job. Honey, I love you so much. I never told you this, but you were like the big sister I never had. tell you anything. But not anymore. I know that I don't have that right anymore. And I also know, if you could hear me, that you would be saying something like, just shut this loser up. You'd be saying, make her stop saying I'm sorry. Oh, honey, please tell me to stop saying I'm sorry. Please just say it. Say it. Honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you could just wake up. Take my hand and tell me it's gonna be all right. Blair? Nurse, somebody help, please.
What's wrong?
She moved. She moved a little bit.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I was talking to her, and somewhere she just started moving, you know, and turning in her sleep, honey. If you can hear me, open your eyes.
Miss Kramer?
No. Look. She moved her hand. She moved her hand again.
Miss Kramer, please, you're not helping.
I'm sorry. I'm going to call him Dory.
All right, now be careful. These are very hot and very strong.
I don't have a problem with either.
I know.
So, your daughter sent you these?
Mm-hmm. The dwarf.
The dwarf?
That's Dorothy. That's my daughter, Dorothy.
Dwarf. So, did you call her?
Yeah, I called her a few times since I've been in Landview, and I've left messages on her machine, and she responds by sending me stuff. She sends me a Times survey on alcohol and drug-related rehab centers, and she sends me self-help books, and she sends me these brochures.
It just seems to me that she is trying to tell you in perhaps a rather heavy-handed, awkward way that she's worried about you.
Yeah, well, I've got the message loud and clear. Thank you. I just wish she would speak to me directly so that I could be able to tell her how very well I'm doing.
Will you call her again?
Maybe. Or maybe I'll just let her come around to it in her own good time. I know that's an alien concept to you.
True. Yeah. I probably would call her and tell her that I was all right and tell her that I love her.
That's exactly the message I left.
Are you all right?
Landview seems to be working for me. Got my houseboat, got the banner, got new friends, and you. It's just that I'd like to work out my problem on my own without being blissed at by some secular preacher in a she drunk tank.
Understood. I wouldn't want you going to some she drunk tank either, because then I wouldn't be able to see you.
Or organize me life.
Or cavort with you in your very extraordinary hammock.
But
Okay, here goes. This is a kind of uncharted territory. I'm almost afraid to ask the question.
yeah, take a shot.
Is your job, are your friends, am I enough?
Yeah.
You know, I really thought the reason one came on a houseboat is to get away from all of this.
Well, if you would like me to throw that into the harbor and disconnect you from it all, I will.
Given my family circumstances, I'd answer. Hello?
Dorian, it's Kelly. You gotta come down here right now. I'm with Blair.
What's happened?
She moved.
I think she's coming out of the coma.
I will get there as soon as I possibly can. Honey, this is fabulous. Thank you. Bye.
What?
Kelly thinks that Blair is coming out of the coma.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You want me to come with you?
Oh, no. Thank you so much. I've already made you late enough for work, haven't I? No. I'll call you as soon as I get there. And, if everything is going well and... Oh, if this is true, Mel. I mean, if Blair really is going to be all right, I mean, that's just incredible. Because then we can tackle the problem of Todd and Star.
No, just a minute. You got the cart before the horse. Just make sure you go down to Philly and find out exactly how it is going with Blair, and then worry about Todd, okay?
Why? When Todd is the one who put Blair in the hospital. I mean, he has done his worst, but luckily the Kramers are survivors. And if Blair really is all right, and as soon as she is strong, oh, when she comes home, I tell you, we are going to mount just a commando attack on that father from hell, and we're going to get Star back. That way, that poor little girl will be home, in her mother's arms where she belongs.
It's instant, but caffeine is caffeine, right?
Thanks. Does your daughter not like frogs?
She likes frogs fine. A big stuffed one up there. I call it todpole.
Then what upset you about Star and I playing with this?
I wasn't upset.
I saw you on the stairs. I saw your face.
It's my usual face.
I thought it was about my presuming to take Blair's place.
I'm paying you $5 million to do exactly that. I don't think we have a problem here, do we? I'm just worried about the custody hearing, that's all. Here we go again.
You did fine last time. I was looking at the transcripts.
Yeah, I don't have to trash Blair this time. The stroke took care of that. No way a woman in a coma can mother anybody.
She's still the person we have to beat.
She's already beaten by a blood clot that stopped the oxygen to her brain. Now, can we just move on? The real enemy here is Dorian, right? She's going to try and get custody of her grandniece, and I've got to stop her. I mean, that's why we tied the knot. So I can show the court that she's got a happy, safe, terrific home life with us. Unlike Auntie Dorian, who's sleeping with a town drunk. After she broke up with her teenage jailbait boyfriend, Joey Buchanan, and there's a wholesome family life. All I got to do is bring that up, and the court will give me custody of my little girl in a heartbeat.
What if Blair recovers?
I don't think that's going to happen.
But if it does, are you ready to go through this a third time? My advice is to discredit Blair now.
I'll do that if I have to. Blair's already down and out. You really think I have to stomp her? Are you going to explain to my little girl how her father beat her mother up when her mother couldn't defend herself? Her mother, her mommy, who loved her.
Did you use hot water out of the tap?
Yeah, it's an old bachelor trick.
Well, you're married now. I guess I'm going to have to start bringing you into line.
Yeah. Good luck.
Moving right along from kitchen skills to business ethics, this article in the paper about new evidence in the Whiting case, is that true?
Are you asking me to reveal a source?
I'm asking you if there is a source, or is it just a fabrication to smear Patrick Thornhart?
Nah, that's just a little added bonus. Patrick really is a suspect in Ireland.
On what evidence?
Well, you see, that's the thing. The cops over there really had trouble building a good case.
Ah, so they haven't reopened the investigation. And your page one story is a lie?
No, it's just a friendly suggestion that maybe somebody should start digging around. Like Guy Armitage would have if Patrick hadn't blown him up. See, Armitage, yeah, he would have put Patrick on the front page of every rag he had all over the world. Maybe a picture of him with a bomb in one hand and a poem in the other. Like that's not redundant. No, maybe Guy's little boy has the same killer instinct his dad had.
From what I heard, Ian and Armitage didn't see eye to eye on anything.
You know, that didn't stop him from taking the old man's money. And he could pump a lot more out of Daddy's media empire with the right story, the right, what's that called? Collaborator.
How do you do it?
Do what?
turn on a dime like that. One minute you're a compassionate man who's trying to protect his ex-wife, and a second later, you're quite ruthlessly plotting someone's downfall. It's amazing.
Thank you. What can I say? Patrick Thornhart just brings out the best in me.
It's all lies.
All lies are more entertaining than the truth.
You're right. Like innuendo and hearsay, unnamed sources. See, this is it. If Todd keeps printing his fantasies, isn't it possible that he could make them come true? He's keeping that Whiting story alive.
Right.
What if he convinces the Irish authorities to reopen the case?
Let them. They can try to implicate me if they want, but there's no evidence. There are no eyewitnesses. There was never anything that could connect me to what happened. So Todd can huff and puff all he wants. There's no proof.
But there are people that know that you drove Liam the night he planted that bomb. I know it. Mel Hayes knows it.
And Nora, and that's it.
What about Michael Mahoney? He planned the whole thing with Liam and that other person before he even got dragged into this.
Right, but you see, that's why he wouldn't want to come forward with this. Because he would reveal his own involvement in the murder that he masterminded. And he would be the major catch.
Did he go underground when you did?
Yes, he did. And then surfaced again in the north when I was going to Trinity College. He was the one who tried to reactivate me. And then he went to Paris, and I haven't seen him since. I don't even know if he's dead or alive.
What if he's not dead?
Well, like I said before, if he were to inform against me, he would put a noose around his own neck.
All right, okay. Let's say we go ahead with our plan. We go to Ireland to see your family. One day we walk into a pub. There sits Michael Mahoney. Nothing has gone right in his whole life. Would that frighten you?
You want to forget our trip to Ireland?
That is a dream that has to come true. Maybe not right now.
All right, so we just wait for this to blow over. Let me ask you this. Between now and then, what if I want to have a nice piece of brownie? What do I do?
Here's a radical thought for you. Bake it yourself.
Really? Lord in heaven. What do I do to deserve an independent woman?
So, do you like it?
Well, it's bold, direct, eye-catching, and effective as hell.
Would it make you want to go to the rally?
Better than that, makes me want to cover the rally. Cass, think there's a story here?
About the community uprising against Asa?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding?
Well, can you be there for this meeting?
When is it, Sunday?
Yeah.
No problem. In fact, if you'd like, I'd go down to Angel Square right now and do some background work. That is, if you're sure.
About what? Sticking it to Pa? Well, what can I say? He's a public figure, and that makes him fair game.
You're the boss. How's it going, Jess?
Grandpa's not gonna like this.
Oh, no. No, but I noticed it didn't stop you from bringing it in.
I thought it was good.
It is. I mean, I know syndicated cartoonists whose work is not this powerful. Young Mr. Vega has a real gift.
You just wish you'd used it on somebody else's father?
Well, can't you hear him already? I mean, can't you hear Paul already? This is character assassination against your own flesh and blood. I look like a Nazi stormtrooper.
Yes, Grandpa, you're right. And your point is?
Well, it's Angel Square I'm taking over, not Poland. Let me get your facts straight.
You're good at that.
Oh, well. Judging from the fact that you're laughing, I guess you haven't seen the morning edition of The Sun.
Well, I guess you're wrong, because I have seen it.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, Jess, you tell me.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Oh, no. So, Dad, what are we going to do about it?
Kevin, do you believe this? I mean, do you really think Patrick had anything to do with Lord Whiting's death?
Probably not, Jess.
Then why are you getting all lathered up about some 10-cent story in The Sun? Now, you know that Todd hates Patrick. He'd do anything to take him down, and if he can sell a few newspapers while he's at it, so much the better.
Here's my problem. Ever since Todd broke this story, we have all gone under the assumption that he's making it up. None of us have tried to prove or disprove any of Todd's allegations.
Why would we bother, knowing about Todd's crazy vendetta?
Yeah, he's crazy. I, for one, think he is certifiable. But if he's printing bald-faced lies, then how come Patrick or his lawyer didn't demand a retraction?
I don't know. Ask Patrick. Maybe he just figured he'd be wasting his time.
Or maybe he figured that there might be something in Todd's story that could embarrass him.
Oh, so you do think that Patrick might have been involved in some sort of terrorist plot?
All I'm saying is that the story's not going away. Todd is not letting this story go away. So I would like permission to get off my butt and do a little digging. Maybe we could help clear Patrick, or at least find out the real story here.
You know, I just wish Todd would get out of the newspaper business.
Amen.
I have to go.
I like your thinking. And thanks for bringing that in.
Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
See you, Kev.
Yes, send in Mel Hayes, please.
You're gonna bring Mel up to speed?
Well, I think I have to get him involved if I'm going to run with this story.
Are we?
Well, there's something going on here, and we aren't seeing it. Not yet, anyway.
And it has something to do with Todd's connection to Keneally.
A connection we were able to make because of Mr. Mel Hayes.
Dad, then I guess you better bring Mel on in.
Bring Mel on in into what, may I ask? Sources that wish to remain anonymous. Does the Sun ever use any other kind?
You think there's anything in that?
What, that the Irish authorities want to reopen the Whiting case? Well, we could call the Irish authorities. That would probably settle it.
What if the Irish authorities don't want to go on record?
Well, then, either Todd Manning has had one of his crackpot fantasies, or...
Or it's a major international story, and we're being scooped by the Sun.
Wait a minute, wait. Let's say, for argument's sake, that the story's true. We all know that Todd flew to Ireland to meet with Thomas Keneally in his jail cell. However, Thomas Keneally was never part of the Whiting plot.
So how does he know so much?
Somebody must have told him. And I think that is the key to this puzzle, because whoever told him was probably directly involved in the Whiting bombing themselves.
And just how do we find that person?
My guess would be ask Thomas Keneally.
Well, now, why would Keneally want to get in bed with us? I mean, Todd Manning's already given him 1 million Irish pounds. Are you willing to do the same thing? I thought you frowned on checkbook journalism.
Well, maybe we can find a way to make an end run around Mr. Keneally's greed.
For that, you're going to need a master at the snow job, and as much as I would kill for this story, I think, Mel here is the one to pull it off.
Master of the snow job.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your vote of confidence, Kevin. No, you have been in on this story from the beginning. You've been on top of it from the beginning. Run with it.
Kevin?
Okay, great. I'm going to call Dunleary. What time is it in Ireland? We've got 6 hours. I'm going to ask them if they could set up a meeting with Thomas Keneally for me, ASAP.
He's about to be transferred, right?
Yes. I do not want to lose him through the cracks.
Well, that was, mighty generous of you.
I didn't do it to be generous.
Carrie, what's happening? She moved. I know. Okay, so I don't know if she heard me or not, but, you know, I was trying to talk to her, and then I know her. She just woke up. She moved a little bit. I called the nurse for help, and now Dr. Dido is examining her.
Hello, Dr. Dido. I'm Dorian Lord. I'm Blair's aunt and also her legal guardian.
Mrs. Lord, I'll be right with you.
I also feel I should tell you that I've had medical training, so you don't have to sugarcoat things for me. Is she just having muscle spasms, or is she really coming out of the coma?
I wish I could say. I don't know.
Blair? Blair, honey? Blair? It's Dorian. Can you hear me? She opened her eyes. Oh, somebody tell me I'm not dreaming. Blair. Honey, can you hear me? Do you know where you are? Do you know who I am? Then say my name. Come on, honey, try. Please, try. Can you say my name? Darkness. Darkness? Why would you call me that?
Mrs. Lord.
No, she knows my name. All right, she's just confused.
Would you please move back, Mrs. Lord? Blair, can you hear me? You've been asleep for quite a while, so you're probably feeling disoriented, but that's okay. Do you understand? Good. Now, let's see if you're waking up all the way. Can you squeeze my hands? That's great. Now, can you feel me pressing my hand against your foot? Good. Now, how about with the other foot? Can you feel the pressure? Very good. Now, let's try something different. Can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up? Flower. Can you count to 5 for me?
1, 2, 3. Flower.
Mrs. Lord, I know that this is disturbing.
Doctor, just tell me, is she aphasic?
Aphasic? What do you mean aphasic?
It means when the part of the brain that controls speech has been damaged by the stroke.
Mrs. Lord, it's too early to make any kind of definite diagnosis.
And why can't she say my name? Blair, I know you know who I am. I can tell by the look in your eyes. So please, honey, try really hard for me. Can you say my name?
Yes, I know you. I know. My name is Darkness.
Okay, so you didn't give Kevin the story out of the goodness of your heart.
Clint, I think Kevin deserves the opportunity.
Why, Mel? Why'd you give Kevin the story? Not just because he was pushing for it. You passed on the story because of your friendship with Patrick, right?
I just wasn't sure I could be objective, that's all.
Look, Mel, we all like Patrick. But that doesn't mean that he's off limits. I mean, no newspaper can afford that kind of favoritism. You know that, and I know that. We go after the truth. And sometimes when we're good enough to get it, then we have to face the consequences. Here, let me show you something. Do you think that I'm looking forward to my father's reaction when I print this?
Whoa. Well, you have my sympathies, and what you really need is a sturdy bomb shelter.
Yes, I know, but the point is...
We tell it like it is. I try to live by that, Clint.
But not in this case. Not with Patrick.
I wish I could tell you more. I can't.
Well, we can all forget about an interview with Thomas Keneally.
Why?
He's escaped.
What?
Yeah, I called Dunleary, and the warden tried to put me off at first, but when I pressed him, he finally gave up the whole story.
Which is?
Thomas Keneally was being transferred to another prison in the southwest of Ireland, one with more amenities. His reward for coming up with the information on the Whiting bombing. Anyway, a van with 3 armed guards and Keneally was driving on a lonely country road and was pulled over by 2 cars and a gang of armed gunmen. They proceeded to drag Keneally off into the Irish countryside.
Yeah, kicking and screaming all the way, no doubt.
And the cops haven't found him? When did this happen?
A couple of hours ago. There's a massive manhunt underway, but as of right now, Thomas Keneally has vanished like right off the face of the earth. So, what do we do now?
Mel, any ideas? You frightened?
No, I'm not.
You trembling?
I just love you so much.
When do you think you're gonna lose me?
Oh, I know it's stupid.
No, it's not stupid. There's violence in my past. Can't change that. I've tried. We have to be careful, always. But we don't want to live the rest of our lives in the shadow of this bombing. It's a long time ago, and Ireland's far away. But, Margaret, I don't even know if we're safe here in Landview. Life itself isn't safe. There are illnesses and accidents. There are hateful people like Todd. And we cannot change who they choose to be. But I will say, to all uncertainty, that our love is our shelter. And I promise you'll never lose that, because you'll never lose me. That's what will start a future. And the shelter of love. And no one else is ever gonna hurt us again. Not Todd, and not my past. Promise.